Dubai Marina was never supposed to be just another waterfront development. It was designed to be a statement so bold, so architecturally dense, that it would permanently redefine what people believed an urban waterfront could become. Not just building along natural coastline, but carving one from desert. Not just developing a marina, but creating the world's largest man-made marina district, lined with super-tall residential towers, international dining, and a level of urban density that blurred the line between Middle Eastern city and Manhattan-style skyline. When its first towers were completed in 2003, it had already become one of the most ambitious urban projects on Earth before most of it was even finished. That is how powerful the vision was. It wasn't just urban planning, it was aspiration. It told the world something very specific. Dubai doesn't copy cities, it creates new templates. Before we go deeper into what's really happening right now, make sure to like and subscribe, because what you're about to hear is not the version of this story you'll find in property listings or expat lifestyle vlogs. This is the layer underneath, because here's the part of the story that nobody expected to see and nobody was prepared to process. In early March 2026, while the world was still trying to understand what was unfolding across the region, a completely different kind of footage began surfacing. Not of skyline views, not of yacht charters, not of sunset walks along the Marina Walk, but of emptiness. Apartment lobbies with security desks unmanned, parking garages with spaces that had been occupied for years suddenly vacant, furniture stores receiving bulk orders for storage services, property management companies reporting tenant after tenant invoking diplomatic clause exits, terminating leases without penalty due to security concerns. One building manager reported 23 move-out requests in a single week from a tower with 180 units. Another described receiving notice from an entire floor of a luxury building, 8 apartments, all vacating within 72 hours. International schools across the Marina catchment area reported withdrawal requests spiking by over 40% in the first 2 weeks of March. And what ties all of these cases together is not just timing, it's demographic precision. These weren't random departures. These residents represented the exact population segment Dubai Marina had been built for: high-earning professionals, corporate expatriates, globally mobile individuals who had chosen Dubai specifically because it offered Western amenities without Western complications. Their LinkedIn profiles described them as regional directors, consultants, financial services professionals. Their social media feeds were filled with carefully constructed narratives, morning runs along the Marina Walk, brunches at waterfront restaurants, networking events and rooftop lounges, and their lifestyle always presented as aspirational, accessible, enviable. The location wasn't just where they lived, it was proof of what they'd achieved. And when the situation shifted from aspiration to assessment, from lifestyle showcase to risk calculation, the proof of achievement became a liability to exit. Now, step back, because to understand how we got here, you need to look at what actually happened on February 28th, 2026. Because this wasn't just perception, it was proximity. While no direct impact occurred within Dubai Marina itself, strikes occurred close enough to the urban core that residents in Marina Towers reported hearing the interceptions, seeing flashes on the horizon, and most significantly, receiving emergency alerts on their phones instructing them on shelter-in-place procedures. This was not theoretical risk, discussed in news coverage about distant regions. This was instruction appearing on their devices while they sat in their living rooms overlooking the water. Within minutes, WhatsApp groups that normally discussed building maintenance and community events transformed into information exchange networks about exit routes, flight availability, corporate evacuation policies. Videos circulated not of damage, but of lines at ATMs, of crowds at the airport, of uncertainty unfolding in real time. In that moment, those experiences did something no previous challenge had done. They broke the illusion of normalcy. Dubai Marina had always sold something more than urban waterfront living. It sold continuity, lifestyle continuity. You could live here and maintain the exact same routine you had in London, Singapore, or Sydney. The same coffee chains, the same gym brands, the same international schools, the same weekend patterns. The entire premise was that by choosing Marina, you weren't sacrificing anything. You were gaining tax benefits and sunshine while keeping everything else identical. That was the unspoken contract. The emergency alert shattered that contract in seconds, and the people who had paid premium rents, often $3,000 to $8,000 monthly for two-bedroom apartments, for that sense of uninterrupted continuity, made a decision almost instantly. If the continuity is compromised, the calculation changes. If the marina is no longer insulated from regional dynamics, then what exactly are you paying a premium for? Here is where the story moves beyond a single event and into something much deeper. Because what's happening in Dubai Marina right now is not just about conflict, it's about revelation. Everything that is visible today was already structured into the community long before February 2026. In the year leading up to early 2025, Dubai Marina rental rates had remained remarkably stable, actually increasing in prime towers by 10 to 15% annually, despite massive new supply entering the market. Occupancy rates across the district hovered consistently above 85%, with premium towers often achieving 92 to 95% occupancy. Property analysts consistently described Marina as one of the most liquid rental markets in Dubai, supported by corporate demand, international schools, and established infrastructure. But there was a hidden characteristic embedded in all of that stability. The tenancy structure itself was fundamentally short-term. Unlike ownership communities where residents have capital locked in and exit costs measured in months of transaction processes, Marina operated on a rental economy where the majority of leases could be terminated with 30 to 60 days' notice under standard diplomatic or corporate clauses. What the past few weeks have revealed is something very different than stability. Dubai Marina didn't just house professionals, it housed transients, a population that was economically productive, culturally integrated, and fundamentally uncommitted. People who could relocate not gradually, not reluctantly, but contractually, with employer support, with relocation assistance, with alternative postings already available. And when that capability meets a moment of reassessment, the outcome is not hesitation, it's activation. And when activation happens at scale, the entire character of a district is exposed. Because urban vitality at this level is not just about buildings, it's about presence. Presence in cafes, presence in retail corridors, presence in community spaces. When that presence diminishes even by 20 to 30%, the experience for those who remain changes completely. Now, to be fair, there is a counter-narrative here, and it matters. Dubai Marina has weathered disruption before. During the 2014 to 2015 oil price collapse, rental rates dropped as much as 25 to 30% in some buildings. Expat departures were significant, yet within 18 to 24 months the market had stabilized and eventually recovered. Investors who held through that period or bought during the dip saw substantial returns. So yes, there is a case for cyclical resilience. The towers are still there. The marina still operates. The infrastructure still functions. And when conditions stabilize, some level of recovery is not just possible, it's probable. But this moment is not identical to 2015. And it's not identical to COVID either, because those were economic shocks, broad, eventually reversible, without fundamentally redefining the perception of location-based security risk. This is different. For the first time, Dubai Marina now exists in corporate risk assessment frameworks, not just as an expat-friendly urban district, but as a location that experienced proximity to active conflict, that triggered corporate evacuation protocols, that appeared in security briefing memos sent to regional employees. That classification matters. It enters HR databases used by multinationals, by relocation consultants, by insurance underwriters assessing international assignments. And once that classification exists, it does not disappear with a single quarter of stability. Recovery in this context is not just about maintaining amenities, restoring occupancy rates, or offering rental incentives to attract new tenants. It is about something far less visible, but far more important: rebuilding confidence in uninterrupted lifestyle continuity. And confidence, unlike rental discounts or lease incentives, does not respond to market corrections in the same way. You cannot offer a promotion that eliminates perceived risk. You cannot advertise away concerns that now exist in corporate security assessments. Confidence is rebuilt slowly over time through sustained stability, through absence of incidents, through the gradual fading of recent memory. And once it is shaken, especially in a district that marketed itself as seamlessly international, it does not simply revert with a single announcement or a well-executed marketing campaign. It lingers in the background of every corporate relocation decision, every family's school choice discussion, every professional's career calculation. And that process takes time, not weeks, not even months. In many cases, it takes years. What you're seeing right now, the sudden departures, the lease terminations, the school withdrawals, the quiet that has replaced what used to be constant pedestrian activity along Marina Walk, these are not isolated panic reactions or irrational decisions. They are signals, clear, economically rational, highly revealing signals. They point to something deeper about the structure of the community that existed in Dubai Marina. Not that it was weak and not that it was superficial, but that it was contractual, built on a set of mutual benefits that held perfectly until the risk-reward calculation shifted. Dubai Marina was never just a place to live. It was a place to optimize: tax optimization, lifestyle optimization, career optimization. And for many, that optimization came with an unspoken flexibility clause, the ability to re-optimize the moment conditions changed. That moment arrived, and the response has been immediate. Dubai Marina will not empty completely. It will not become abandoned. It will likely stabilize at some new equilibrium. But the version that emerges on the other side of this will not be identical to the one that existed before February 2026. Because now there is a question that cannot be avoided anymore. What does it actually mean to choose a place like this? Not when everything is seamless, not when the lifestyle proposition is perfect, but when the broader context intrudes. And more importantly, who is actually willing to stay? Drop your thoughts below. If you were living in Dubai Marina, or even considering it, has this changed your perspective? And if you want more deep dive investigations that go beyond the surface and into what's really happening behind the lifestyle marketing, you already know what to do.